I'm not hating on Salters. I'm saying I don't know a lot of quarterbacks that run first that win it all. And we were talking about the two boy. Hurt pointed out that
Jalen Hurts.
Jalen Jalen just won a Super Bowl. He a run first guy. I'm like, yeah, he is a run first guy, but he went and played with Lincoln Riley, and he learned how to throw the ball. He learned how to believe in his arm. When he was with Coach Saban, he didn't believe in his arm.
No.
That's Coach Saban pulled him out, and every time he needed a pass play, he put Tua in.
Tua was, but it was a difference. Yeah, Tua throwing that ball versus, oh boy, it wasn't even no comparison.
Yeah, and see, and so that's what I'm trying to say. To me, and I could be wrong on this, but to me, when I look at Juju and I look at Salters, it's kind of like the same comparison with how Tua throw the ball compared to Jalen.
No, it is the same comparison. Well, and I think the Salter, we have mentioned it last night. That's why I think Salter's going to try to kill himself by trying to run through brick walls to try to win the Heisman in the first 7 games.
And see, and that's what I don't want Salters to do. I want Salters to learn how to believe in his arm and believe in his teammates, because he got the guys around him that can make it great if he just uses them.
But see, and I think the reason why they pushing Salters, because a mobile quarterback can make up for what your old line might not do until they figure that out. And I think that's.
But let me ask you this, T. Have you just went and sat and watched all of Salters' highlights?
Yeah, 3 times.
The dude can throw the ball. He don't just run, just to run. He do believe in his arm. He can throw the ball.
Okay.
Like, I'm not saying he can't throw the ball. What I'm saying is, when I see him get in pickles, he run a lot. So
I want him to run. Ohio State wouldn't have won the national championship if their quarterback didn't use his legs last year. Ain't no pocket passing quarterback that won the national championship in college that I can remember.
But you saw what Ohio State got in that pro day when he was at the NFL combine and he was out there trying to throw them wide receivers on air. He couldn't hit nobody.
But who said he was an NFL quarterback? I never said he was an NFL quarterback.
But that's the goal, though, right?
Now, I mean, every quarterback in college ain't no NFL quarterback.
I understand that, but I'm saying if you want, for me with Salters, I want Salters to get drafted, and if he get drafted and then Juju come right behind him, we established as a top quarterback system like school. Once you get that, if you can keep bringing in top elite quarterbacks, that helps your team every year. You got an upper hand on everybody. You got a top tier quarterback coming in every year, right?
Right, but I'm gonna tell you what's helping Salters. It's a copycat league. Everybody looking at what happened with Jalen Hurts, and everybody looking at what happened with the Commanders quarterback, Jaden Daniels.
Yeah.
Wow, look at this guy. Look what Jaden Daniels did at LSU. And then looking at Salters like, okay, they're gonna ride that hot wave. Like, oh, he can run and throw. Let's put him in there. So that's what they're looking at. And then it can work the same way.
Well, what was they looking at before? I'm confused now.
I'm confused too, because I love mobile quarterbacks. They wasn't giving them a shot. You know what I'm saying? But these dudes came in and showed that, hey, I can throw it and I can run it. And now they get an opportunity. Because I'm just looking at the productivity, man. The dude threw for almost 3,000 yards and ran for 1,000. Like 40-some touchdowns. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, that's elite. He was at Tennessee, Hurt. He was at Tennessee before he went to Liberty.
Oh, okay. That makes
University of Tennessee recruited him. And you see how many quarterbacks they don't put in the league back to back, right?
Okay.
So he could have been one of the next guys in line.
No, I think, to be honest with you, to be practical person, he's the best transitional type quarterback for Colorado right now. Now that you don't have Shadua. They was trying to highlight, what do you say, spotlight Shadua, for obvious reasons. So now, until you get that line and all those different things in the places, you got a lot of people that turnover. I ain't gonna say that they necessarily transferred or anything, but just the nature of the game.
Right.
Now we let's just make it happen.
Right, because you just lost your starting center.
You
so
see,
you're gonna need a quarterback to get out their pocket.
You know when we talk about K-Salt, I'm coming up.
Right. Oh yes, sir. Bet bucket, what it is, dog.
What's going
Hey,
on, man?
I'm trying to put Tiger in place, Bucky. You need to help me out, man. He ain't listening.
He over there with Ricky Collins. He need to stay over there. Stay over there with Ricky Collins, man.
So, all right. So tell me this right here. This is a conversation we was having earlier. What running quarterback has won the Super Bowl and has won college football?
We can't
Jalen
say
Hurts.
Super Bowl. Yeah, Jalen Hurts.
No Jalen Hurts.
Jalen Hurts, and this is the first time in NFL history. It's the things is changing, but this is the first time. But we can't forget he had 2 elite wide receivers and he had an elite running back.
Right,
Right?
Tiger. We ain't talking about the NFL. Colorado want to win a national championship, right? Name one pocket passing quarterback that's won a national championship.
None. Well, not in the last 5 to 10 years. You know?
Hey,
Yeah.
that's what they can't name one. Tua ran the ball at Alabama. Tua ran the ball till he got hit, got knocked out.
Yeah.
Because this year it was Will Howard, Ohio State, right? He was a run.
He ran. Yeah, he ran the ball too.
And then the year before that, it was JJ McCarthy at Michigan.
Yep. And Georgia Bulldog quarterback, he used his legs.
Hold on. Let's address them. So we had Ohio State. They had a running quarterback, and they won a national title, and they had the highest paid roster in college football, right?
No, we talking about the quarterback. We don't care about the roster.
But we got to talk about
quarterback
because the whole team win the championship. Did Ohio have the highest paid roster or not last year?
They did.
They did. All right. The year when Georgia won, they had a running quarterback. Georgia had the most players to go into the NFL draft. Is that correct or is that not correct?
It's out of them in Alabama.
They broke a record for dudes going into the draft. I think they put like 36 dudes in the draft in 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, quarterback was a runner, but look how great these teams were around him, right?
Uh-huh. But if we're gonna keep it all the way funky, traditionally in college football, it lean towards let me correct that. It's been about 50-50 about winning national championship with a college quarterback. Remember, Wishbone was king for a long time.
Exactly.
So we can't leave that out. And so the pass happy thing didn't happen until like the mid-90s, maybe. Yep. So I just wanted to put that out there, like.
Yeah, but the pass happy ran the Wishbone out of business.
No, I'm not saying it didn't. I'm just saying as far as we're talking about college quarterbacks and systems, it was built on the run game.
And we're not gonna act like Patrick Mahomes don't run the ball either.
No, he run over people when he run that ball. He 250. That's what people don't realize. Patrick Mahomes about 245, 250.
Right.
Yep.
But if we try to classify Shedeur, or we say Shedeur and Patrick Mahomes are pocket passers, or we would say they'll run first.
They mobile. Legs. I would say mobile. They're mobile. They're not running back quarterbacks. They're mobile, but they're not runners. You see what I'm saying? They're not Vic. They're not trying to be Vic or Cam Newton or nothing.
Oh, Lamar Jackson. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they're not trying to do that.
Yeah, Shedeur has a better pocket presence, but I mean he can use his feet too.
Yeah,
right. Like Jaden Daniels. Jaden Daniels got great pocket presence, but he uses feet too. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Now, Jaden Daniels, to me, he's one of them guys that surprised me. Like, I didn't think Jaden Daniels was going to be as good as he was at LSU. And then when I watched him with the Commanders, I'm like, dog, this dude, he's doing some elite stuff. Like, he's doing some stuff that I don't even see Lamar Jackson do. Let me see.
You over there shooting at the West Coast. All right.
Hey, Airborne.
Keep on.
Hey, appreciate the super chat, Airborne. It is with the dub. The 20 twin.
Yeah.
There you go.
Harmony and Western.
Yeah. What y'all know about that West Coast? Huh?
Yes, sir. West Side.
That's
to the family. What's going on, Rome? Hey, Rome, these boys called me. They cooked some breakfast and brunch today. They had me rocking and rolling. I can this to the people. These dudes out here, promo talking about Cam Newton had a stacked team.
No.
Can y'all tell
No, hold on. Time out. Hurt. You see what he doing?
Yeah,
Hurt, you see what he doing? Hold on.
Hey.
Let me ask y'all. Hey, everybody on the panel right now. We finna settle this right now. So this is why he brought the Auburn thing up. This dude told me that Salters wasn't good because they got blown out by Oregon. So he started comparing Liberty to Auburn. And I'm like, bro, you can't do that. Well, Cam Newton ain't had nobody on his team. I'm like, bro, Liberty playing against Oregon. You can't make that comparison.
The fact that Oregon, the fact that Liberty even went against Oregon in a bowl game says a lot. But I don't care if they lost. Because Salt threw 2 touchdowns in the first quarter against Oregon. So I don't care.
Thank you, Tiger. What you talking about, Big Tiger? He threw 2 touchdowns against Auburn. Now what?
Hey. I heard he threw one touchdown.
You kind of called him up on that one.
Oh man!
But this is
he thinking.
And I did not say Salters is not good. I said Salters is not a elite talent like a Cam Newton. I said Cam Newton can put his team on his back and win against Alabama.
Who is like that though?
He had an undefeated season with 3 to 2 stars going against 5 stars at Oregon. Come on now.
Right.
Hold on. Liberty done had about 8 dudes transfer out of that program and moved up.
Yeah, because he had an undefeated season. They started looking at him when he went undefeated.
Exactly.
He had good people around him. He just
no,
not in the bowl game.
So how Hodges got on our team then?
Because Hodges didn't play against Oregon. He transferred.
And
Hodges,
but
that's how he got to get to the Oregon game. With
Hodges was a 3-star coming out, going to Colorado. He was a 3-star.
If Hodges would have played in that bowl game, their defense would have been better. If all their starters would have stayed, the guys that transferred out would have stayed for the bowl game. It probably would have been a different story in that bowl game.
All right, y'all. This is the only thing I'm saying, and I'm not saying Salters is sorry. I'm saying Salters is good.
We know that.
I'm saying Salters is good. I'm just saying Cam Newton was elite. When you can get away with
you saying Salters is
dog, let me finish.
You saying Salters is Tommy Frazier.
When you elite runner, now you can go to these big schools and still pull off a win. But when you a good runner and you're a good passer, sometimes you need some extra. You need some. What you was just saying, promo. You was just like he didn't have the other guys.
How you know Salter not a elite player? He didn't have a chance to play at Tennessee because he had the little issues going on with the charge. But he went to Liberty with little to no names and made them into residency, and that's why they got transferred and went in the portal. He had no names looking like 5 stars.
Well, the other day, and see, I see y'all trying to make it seem like I'm after Salters. Salters, I am not after you, dog. I am not shooting shots at you. I'm just.
It seemed like.
Yeah. He wants Juju on the field now.
This is what it sounds like. It sounds like you calling Salters Tommy Frazier, and you saying he can't throw. He's a runner. That's what it sounds like.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying I've seen Salters throw. What I'm saying, and y'all get your notepad out because I'm about to say it right now. When Salters get in tough spots, I think a lot of times he turned to running. And that's what Mike Vick did when he was at the Falcons. When Vick would get in a tough spot, he would run. But when Vick shot down and had that time and he came back out and he studied the playbook, now he started using his arm to win games instead of legs to win games. That's the only.
So you saying that we're gonna eat? You're trying to tell me that you're taking a shot at our old line right now?
Oh yeah.
So you saying we're gonna be running a lot? Is that what you're saying?
That's exactly what he said.
You ain't gonna be able to sit down in the pocket.
That's what he been saying.
Ain't gonna be able to sit down in the pocket.
It's gonna be 60-40.
Hey, Tiger. Hey, I'm gonna throw something back at you. In the playoff game, Ray Buchanan. Wow. Oh yeah, pause. My bad. hey. In the playoff game, what did Ray Buchanan tell Michael Vick before the game started? He said, "Don't be taking no sacks." He said, "When all else fails," he said, "use your legs." That's the defense telling him to do that.
Okay.
You done Ray Buchanan for the Falcons a long
the
time
defensive back, yeah. He told Mike Vick before the playoff game.
You talking about not needing Ray Buchanan? Man, get out of here.
Come on, man. He's a Hall of Fame Ray Buchanan. Yeah.
You think Case off finna go through the same thing Shador went? No, sir. He's not taking no sacks. He's finna give up that field.
No, that's a fact.
And he's finna help the running game, bro. How you think Hayden them been hitting them holes? That read option, bro. That defensive end is not crashing down. He got to respect that quarterback. That's why them lanes is opening up.
Last year, our running back was hitting them holes good last year.
No, they wouldn't. No, they wouldn't.
No, they wouldn't. Y'all
but they was tiptoeing a little bit.
Michael Welch was running.
Dang, everybody, even Charlie, everybody was breaking. We was like, dang, everybody looking good.
Man, AI had one good game. Michael Welch.
No, I was talking about last spring. Last spring.
Man,
Isaiah Hard.
Come on, man. Isaiah Hard was the man in the spring last year that was running the ball. Nobody else, none of the other running backs didn't do nothing.
Yeah, they always injured.
But Hard scored 3 touchdowns.
No, Dylan Edwards was getting off and Charlie was getting off last year.
Dylan didn't play last year.
Dylan didn't play the spring game last year.
We talking about spring ball right now.
Yeah,
Dylan didn't play the spring ball. He transferred.
Dylan didn't play. He transferred.
He transferred right before the spring game.
That's what.
Are y'all tripping, man? Y'all high?
Nah,
no.
Y'all during the spring last year, Charlie and Dylan and Alto and all the boys was getting off. Michael Welch was getting off. He ran over Shallow. Y'all remembering this?
Hey, Tiger,
I remember Michael running over Shallow. I remember that.
You remember Michael running over Shallow?
No, that was on Sports Center.
Hurt his shoulder.
That was on Sports Center. I saw that.
See what I'm talking about? Y'all high. Y'all high. Man.
We talking about during the season. It wouldn't. That offensive line was terrible.
Springtime. Y'all lock in now. We talking about springtime this year, the springtime last year. Salter know how to run that kind of read option, all that kind of stuff way better than Shador. So he does help our running game a lot. So y'all hear me what I'm saying? Salter helps our running game a lot. Our running backs a lot. Y'all hear this? Y'all write this down. Salters is going to help our running game.
Okay, but what are you doing? What's the point, though?
What about that passing, though?
But my thing is, I feel like when they blitz on that 3rd and 3, 3rd and 5, I don't know if Salters is going to throw it to the tight end or to that slant, or is he going to try to run and on the bubble and try to outrun him and get the first down with his legs? I think he's run with
either or. He good at both of them. So
I mean, that's why he got the option to do both.
But when you do that, y'all got football minds. You run for first downs in crucial situations. Most times it's a collision because everybody's trying to stop you. The whole defense, they pinning their ears back. They trying to stop you from getting this first down. Keep doing that. Harold, what you said about week 5 or 7? What you said?
He gonna be dead.
Yeah, dog, we can't say words like that on YouTube.
Oh, I'm sorry. Well, he gonna be incapacitated.
His legs gonna give out on him, is what you said.
Yeah, he's
gonna be concussion protocol. That's what
yeah.
Well, he was running all last year. You look at his rushing stats last year. He was running all last year.
Oh, they're gonna be teeing off on him now.
But we in a different country now where the foot speed is faster.
Yeah, that's true.
So them windows and stuff, they gonna close a little faster now. I ain't seen that stick foot I don't ever seen. When he stick that foot in the ground and dart, he look like an NFL running back when he do that.
I've seen two knees. I see him run and make two knees run into each other.
Yeah, so that's one thing I would say when I look at him, Salter, the one thing that I say he got that elite. When he stick that foot in the ground and turn, but he taking ankles. He take ankles.
What up? I just want y'all to know that Salter was playing hurt last year as well. So he
Okay.
was not fully healthy last year as well. And I just have this for you guys on the panel. Um, where do you have Salter in the Big 12 ranked as a quarterback?
Mm-hmm.
In the
He
Big
number
12,
one.
nothing
He
else but
number one.
just the Big 12.
He
Okay.
number one in my book.
But I say I know he's top 3, but I might say he's number 1 guy.
You put the right pieces around him, and he's going to be a Heisman candidate for sure.
Right.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
so that was my follow-up question right there. But based on what he had at Liberty, do you think he has better weapons this year?
Oh yeah,
Without a doubt.
That's why he called
That's not even a
that guy
question.
that 6'5" wide receiver, because remember the year when he had that they almost went undefeated. His number one wide receiver, he was 6'5". The other wide receiver, and he was throwing back shoulders. I mean, he was lighting them up. So with these big Omarion Miller, number 8, and this other big dude coming in here, he finna light them up, bro.
JoJo
And Sid
Williams,
Brown.
Draylon Miller. Come on.
Yeah.
And they might get another one in the portal.
He's not afraid to throw that ball, bro. And he can throw it. He hit him in stride. He's not afraid to throw them 50-50 balls.
And if we get a running back, of course he's gonna run the ball. I mean, that's part of his game. But we've been asking for that type of quarterback, and I think it's good for us to have that type of quarterback for this season.
Oh yeah.
And it's not to smut on Shadur's name, but it ain't no we finna look at Travis every game or anything.
Exactly.
He feed the ball all around the board.
All around.
And be careful saying that. Be careful saying that. I said that.
It's true though.
People trash me, man. You know.
Is it not true though?
It's true.
It is not true to that. I'm just saying. I said this. People tripping.
Y'all go look at the highlights. It's a video out here where it's all Colorado offensive highlights, just offensive highlights. And y'all watch that play when Shadeur throw it to LeJounte, and LeJounte do a diving catch like right on like the 3-yard line, 5-yard line, something like that, right by the end zone. Travis get mad at Shadeur like, "Hey man, I was open."
Yep. Yeah, I remember that.
Travis was putting pressure on Shadeur to throw him the ball. So for everybody, because y'all be trying to get on me about this Salter situation, like I say,
yeah, we're not through with that yet, Tiger. We're not through with that yet, bro.
Can I call you out, Tiger? Because you and I remember I was on the live a couple days ago or something like that, and I asked you in promo. I said, "Who gonna have a better season?" I said, "Is it Ricky Collins or
God,
Salter?" And you in promo pick Collins.
Oh my God!
And then I looked back on the live after I wasn't on there, and it seemed like you guys are kind of walking tightrope a little bit. like I didn't say that,
bro.
Yeah, you guys kind of walking a little bit. So I'm like, yo, I want y'all to stand, 10 toes down on the Ricky Collins thing, saying that he's gonna have a better season.
And then Boosie, on top of that, the wide receiver that's trying to transfer out of Syracuse, Tribal Peanut, something like that.
Right.
He said to Fran Brown that one of the reasons that he want to leave is because Ricky Collins is not living up to his potential.
No,
he said that.
Hurt.
Yes.
Wow.
That's what Fran Brown said in the interview.
No, Ricky Collins is hurt right now.
We know he's hurt now, but I'm saying when they was going through the offseason, he said he's not living up to his potential.
Oh, okay. So hold on. So did Pena live up to his potential when he had them 22 catches?
He the best receiver. He the best receiver on that team. So you can't say nothing about that.
Yeah, he wasn't the best receiver. He had the most catches on that team. He was not the best receiver. The best receiver team is getting drafted right now. If Pena was the best receiver on the team, he'd be in the draft right now. He would be trying to come back for his 6th year.
Hey man, that's his decision, not mine.
Yeah, the math ain't mathing. If you the best receiver, why the second best receiver getting drafted and you coming trying to find another school to play for?
All I'm saying that ain't no receiver said no smut about K-Salt. That's all I'm saying.
And dang, I'm back. He wanted $2 million and he wasn't willing to pay him that. That's why he left. Not because of that quarterback.
This is what Fran Brown said in the interview. Please go rewatch that interview.
I watched that, but he also wanted $2 million. He said, "I ain't paying you that." If he
That
said,
was
because he was still getting good money, because Fran Brown was like, I mean, the money that he getting, we can spread it out with some of these other players.
okay. So now that Boosie asked you that question, like y'all gonna stand on the Ricky Collins business case?
Well, we said that before the 6'5" wide receiver sign.
Okay. Okay.
Here we go.
Okay.
Here we go. I knew it, man. I knew it. I
Yes,
knew
sir.
it, man.
Yes,
Hold on, and
sir.
there's
Hey,
more
hey,
coming.
Say
It's
hey,
more
that
that's hey,
coming.
again. Say
listen.
that again.
Hey,
And
That
listen,
we
part.
said
That
that's
part.
why
and we
that's why
said
they don't
that
want me.
before.
That's why they don't want me up here,
Before we
man. 'Cause I hold them accountable. That's why they don't want me up here.
I've been trying to hold Tiger
and
accountable this whole time.
2 things since then. His thumb hurt, and Colorado just got this Randy Moss receiver.
Man,
So
you guys,
that changes everything.
y'all can't stand on y'all shit for a week. Come on, dog.
Let alone a few days.
Dog, we gotta retain.
What is the prime sexual? Help me understand that. I'm not sure what is prime sexual.
You can't say nothing objective about Colorado. You gotta always say
Yeah,
positive.
you know what that
Oh,
is,
okay.
man.
Okay.
We
That's
I
why.
saying
get
we
That's
it.
why.
can't stop the
I
That's
get
why
run,
I
it.
give. That's why I give Tiger platform his credit, man, because it is very objective.
well, you can't call me a concept because I've been saying we can't stop the run and we can't run the ball for 2 years straight.
Yeah, but you throw some shots in there every now. You know what I'm saying? You got a
You
good
know
level.
what? But this is the way I feel about it, right? It's so much. It's so much unnecessary hate. It's so much unnecessary hate against Prime that you can borderline be a prime sexual because you get tired of hearing all the nonsense that's out here compared to football talk. Ain't nothing. It's football talk out here. It's mostly character and some petty stuff that you can't help
But
but be.
but
But
but Warren,
you'll fall in. Hold on, let me finish up and then I'll let you have it. But you'll end up falling in to that category of what y'all call prime sexual because you so much defending the fact or trying to talk about why are you talking about some garbage like this, like hanging up a jersey?
but Warren,
Why are we
like
having
you
such
don't.
that platform? And then when we get down to talk about football, y'all don't want to talk about football because y'all want to talk about what somebody done did. That's all I'm
Warren,
saying.
I haven't heard you like say one thing negative about Colorado Coach Prime. Like
You're
that's not
not,
object.
and you're
That's not
not,
objective.
and you're
But yeah,
not,
but
and
that's
you're
not
not.
objective. So like no one's 100% correct about any and everything, right? Like we're
The reason
fans. Like go ahead.
Yeah. So the reason why you're not going to hear me being objective is because the talk is not about anything that's football relevant. It's always about uh, daddy ball, this, that, and the other. It's about a jersey being hung up. We spend more time. We spend an hour on that than to talk about the offensive line, how messed up the offensive line that Shador had to play behind, or how long he's been playing holding the ball. Because you know why? Because his performance, you can't really talk too much about Shador's performance because at the end of the day, the stats says it all for you.
Okay, let me.
14,000 yards. He broke over 100 records. I mean, he broke over 100 records at Colorado. So you help me understand why is it that I have to support. I tend to be more
So
non-objective
Warren, hold
and
on, hold
tend
on. Can you
to
land the
not
plane?
be
Land the plane.
objective because of that.
So
Go ahead.
Warren, you don't think it's anything in Shador's game that you can be critical on? Because I think you can be critical
Yeah,
about
he
Tom
holds
Brady.
on the ball. He holds
Okay.
on the ball. He's not athletic, but he's not as athletic as we used to seeing these quarterbacks being black quarterback being of today. I understand that. We can talk
Okay.
about that. I can say you're right. But most of our topics don't be about none of that. It be about nonsense.
You
So
talk
Okay,
about
okay.
the you
So
talk about
let
the
hold on.
haters in the Facebook comments. That's different.
Okay,
Yeah.
Go
okay,
ahead.
okay.
Go ahead,
So hold
Bucky.
on. Let's talk. Hold on. Let's talk football real quick. So the fact that how unsuccessful we was at running the ball last year, this year we have Devin Hayden, Charlie Offerdahl, and Brandon Hood. If we lost, do you think we're gonna be successful without even going to portal and getting another running back? Do you think we're gonna be successful at running the ball this year?
you asking me that question?
Yes.
No. If we don't go get some running backs,
Okay, all right. That was a good answer. All right.
Yeah. But based on what the news is putting out there, T Mac said that we're looking at some quarterbacks. They got a board of running backs. He said that they got a board with running backs on it, and they're trying to see if they fit their Marshall Falk type of player. Let me say it that way. So yes, you're gonna see some. I'm expecting that based on what Prime did last year, that he's gonna go out there and get the players that we need to be competitive and to be at the top of our game as much as possible. That's where I'm at with it.
Hold on. I want to see who know football on this. This is why I get frustrated, because I love talking football, and we're gonna talk about what Coach Hayes. I don't want you to get stuck in that rut with Coach Hayes. Like when I talk to Coach Hayes can't have a football conversation with me because he's thinking about what the Colorado diehard fans are saying. So when I'm trying to talk about football, he can't even have a conversation because he's so frustrated with talking to the people that don't want you to say nothing negative about Coach Prime. And Warren, I don't want you to get in that rut where you feel like you got to defend Coach Prime all the time, because everybody mess up. Everybody do stuff differently or wrong, and they figure out, I should have changed that. I wasn't thinking about that. So we just point this stuff out. I got a homeboy that's a Georgia fan, diehard Georgia fan. When you watch a game with him, this dude's so frustrated. He's sweating. He's mad. He can't even hardly enjoy the game. I'm just like, you're going to have a heart attack. But he a diehard fan, but he a football guy. So he's going to talk about everything.
No, so I'm going to be honest with you, Tiger. Far as my X and O guy, I'm not that. Now I am learning through this whole process a little bit more about X and O's. I'm definitely do that, but I do have an eye. I do have common sense.
So you just a super fan of Coach Prime.
I seen what Prime did with Jackson State. I seen when he came in the first year of Colorado. I see what he did the second year, which means to me, just by common sense, based on his actions, based on what he's been saying, that majority of the time he is headed in the right direction. For a 2-year coach in the Power 5, doing and accomplish what he has accomplished, he's got college football team programs on edge and upset that he's not going with the traditional way of what we used to having football being. Fred Brown is starting to shake up the pack. You got Michael Vick coming into a mix. You have what's the other?
But Warren, we know that here. We know that.
Okay, so I mean, but the conversation is never really about X and O, so I can never really learn. Sit back, hit me up. Not all the time. You may get 15 to 20% of it. 80% is about the garbage and the lame stuff that's going out here. And let me finish with this.
Warren, you get a little emotional.
I would sit back. I would sit back and be objective. If y'all, okay, go ahead.
No,
go ahead.
You don't know what Salter could do.
We don't have a Travis Hunter. I don't know why you going there with it, Boosie, but all I'm saying, we been from what Shador did. All I can go on what Shador and Travis has done for Colorado. I can't go back on what Salter. I haven't seen Salter yet perform on this particular level. Now, I believe in Salter. Don't get me wrong. I believe in him. I'm glad we got him. As a matter of fact, I put this out there already that he's still going to be the steal for us. He's the best steal that we ever got for the money that they throwing out there for quarterbacks.
Yeah, he's gonna be the reason we go to the Big 12.
Bring Juju along. He's the best thing we got.
Warren, you want to talk football? What game last year did we really commit to the run?
None of them. None.
No. Central Florida game. Central Florida game, we committed to the run.
We was blowing them out?
And we blew them out.
We blew them out because we was passing the ball.
No, that's the same game when AI broke for the darn 50 or 48-yard touchdown.
That was one. I know what you're talking about. We was up 20-something points. We was blowing them out. That's why they committed to the run.
No, dog. We was running the ball and passing the ball. That blew them out.
No, we won because we was heavily passing the ball and we was like and Travis going off on defense.
So all right, so if we was committed to the run, like you saying in the fourth quarter, why did AI have 98 yards in the third quarter and he didn't get not one rushing yard in the fourth quarter and Shador was out there still throwing the ball?
I don't believe that.
Oh, what you talking about? No, people was mad because Shador was still out there throwing the ball. They was like, why they ain't putting no backups in? We don't blew him out. Why?
Yeah. He didn't have a 40-yard run the entire season.
We never had a running game. Our running game, we was being passive. We've been passive aggressive with our running game.
Our running game was a screen pass.
The best running game we had was the Cincinnati game.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Our running game was screen passes.
And we thought we was making a turn then.
But then we pulled away from it for some reason. I don't know why, but that was a good running game we had against Cincinnati.
So now this is where I'm at with Prime. Let's see if you're gonna run the ball like you said you're gonna run the ball now that your son's not here. So I'm looking at trying to grade him too. I don't have no problem with grading Prime on his coaching.
So all right, so if you
let's see if you say you're gonna do what you say you're gonna do. Now you got a new line. You don't have Shador. You don't have Hunter that you have to worry about pacifying, whatever y'all want to call it. Our best players, those are our best players. So of course we're gonna go keep it to our bread and butter. Let's just keep it a buck. That's just like saying don't give Jordan the ball so we can get other players the ball.
Hey man, Warren, I think your argument. I think you get it. You taking things the wrong way, man.
Hold on. You just
no.
Hold on. Let me say something. You just said about Jordan Seaton. Nobody on that offensive line was nowhere near compared to Jordan Seaton. We literally had a wide receiver named Dante. Hold on. We had a wide receiver named Dante Western that was just as competitive as Travis Hunter, and he was barely getting the ball. He had 900 yards.
So let me bring this back, y'all.
Wait a minute. Now I want to make sure I heard you correctly. You saying he was just as good as Travis Hunter? Did I hear that?
Dante Western, yes.
I can't give you that one. I can't give you that one.
I better go watch that film. I
can't give you that one, dog. Travis Hunter's the best player in college football, man.
I better go watch that. LeJohn was just as open, just like
hold on. Let me bet this up because y'all. I misspoke.
I mean, I love Wester. Don't get me wrong. That's my guy, man. But come on, bro.
Let's take a talk.
Hold on.
Let's stop that.
I got to look at stacks. So y'all be getting y'all.
Yes, he did what he said he was going to do.
Hold on, Warren. Let me make my point on this running. Like against Central Florida, how many? He did have 39 yards, right? He did have 39 yards on 4 catches. But what was his average per run? The dude was averaging 9.8 yards a run.
Ty, that's insignificant. If he only had 4 carries.
Hold on. If you're averaging 9.8 yards a carry, why you want to get the ball 4 times?
But Tiger, your argument was that that's the one game we committed to the rushing game. That's what you said.
Yeah, and that game as a team, we had 128 rushing yards. But guess how many passing yards Shador had? He had 290. They was trying to get him 300 yards at the end of the game. So
look at the passing attempts.
They was trying to throw the ball in the fourth quarter to get to do the 300 yards.
How many passing attempts?
I remember that. I do remember that.
What was his pass attempts?
He had 35.
Okay, they was passing the ball heavily more than running the ball.
So what I'm saying is, if you got Augustus with 9.8 yards a carry, why won't you keep giving him the ball? Let me have this conversation. If the man got 9.8 yards a carry, that's almost 10 yards a carry. Some quarterbacks are averaging 7 yards of a pass play. That's almost a first down a carry. Why this man only got 4 touches?
We just said it's basically politics. We got Shador on the field. He don't want to run the ball.
Let Warren answer this. Because he wants to talk football. Why did he not get more carries than 4?
That's it.
Because our bread and butter is Shador and Travis in the wide receivers room was our bread and butter, and we tend to favor that more so now, but we can't favor that this year. So I'm assuming that this year is going to be a lot different
You're not answering the
from
question
last
though.
year because we don't have that type of we have a great quarterback. This is not a bite on Salter, but Salter's not Shador when it comes to sitting in that pocket and being accurate. Let's
He
just keep it
better.
above. Now
He
he
better.
can't throw. He can't
He
throw.
better.
Don't get me wrong. He can ball out. I think, as a matter of fact, I think he's gonna be in the running for the Heisman. So let me put that out there. Let me put that out there.
We talking about last year. Y'all talking about we couldn't run the ball last year. If my man is getting almost 10 yards a clip and he only get 4 carries, we could have ran the ball last year. We chose
they didn't run the
ball last year.
That's on Prime.
So so when y'all have
And
these
so
conversations, stop saying the offensive line is better and this and then we gotta go get another running back out of the port. No, we just got to commit to the run. That's
no, bro. We got a better running back coach. And I'm pretty sure he's going to be looking at the evaluation. Who knows the running back? We had Fleet
Warren, you
back
gotta stay
there.
on subject, bro. He asking you about last year and us not running the
Yeah,
balls.
okay. My point is we didn't run the ball last year, and
we
the
know
reason
that.
why is that we favored the passing more so than we believed in the passing more so than the running back room.
So it wasn't because our running backs were inefficient. It's because we just wanted to pass the ball, right?
Yeah. I agree with that.
Stop saying
Yeah,
we go
you ain't got no argument out of me with that.
Yeah, so let's stop saying we got to go get in the portal because we're making our running backs feel like they ain't good.
Well, you can't say that because Coach Prime said
Come on, Tiger. Why I can't say that, Tiger?
Hold on, listen. You can't say that because Coach Prime already said in the press conference 2 days ago that we're getting 2 backs. He already said that.
Dog, they can say what they want to say. Our backs are good.
Well, compared to Coach Prime and Marshall Faulk, they not that good.
So
our running backs were good, actually. If you look at
I'm
average
not
per
saying
carry.
they're not good, but compared to the coaches of what they're saying, they're not that good.
Well, why our running back just got 500 if he ain't good?
Come on, man.
Well, because Coach Prime ain't paying. You know that.
So you saying now you're getting in another subject, and you're getting in another subject, and I'm not gonna labor over it.
Let him talk, man. Let him talk.
AI is a $500 $500K running back based on your eyes see.
Warren, what do you talk? Warren, Ben Tiger just gave you the stat on an average per carry basis. Augusta has been productive.
IA is like that. I've been saying I was hurt when we lost.
Okay, we'll see. We'll see. I don't think so, though. I don't think so.
Why don't you think? Why don't you think he's good, Warren?
He did because I just don't think he's that good. He doesn't run.
That don't even make
First
sense.
of all, he has problems catching the ball. He fumbles. He is susceptible.
He fumbled one time last year.
Fumbling.
He fumbled one time last year.
He also doesn't block.
He fumbled one time last year. Stop that.
Warren, were you saying this before you hit the transfer portal?
Yeah. I mean, wait. So here, this is what I was not saying, or what I'm saying about AI is this: AI is a okay quarterback, but when you're talking about, I don't know, maybe I'm a little old in the fact that
he a running back, not a quarterback.
I just think that 500K was just a bit too much. I just think
bro?
So.
How? He's a
starting
but caliber running back.
He can go get his paper, man. Let him have it. If he's making it, let him get it. If somebody's willing to pay for it, somebody thinks he's that kind of quarterback. That running back.
Do you know when there was no holes in the offense, in the offensive line, IA had a positive yard every time he touched the ball?
Yeah, he had positive yards.
When he was in the SEC, he averaged 5.8 yards a carry.
Okay.
As a redshirt freshman.
So like the reason why he got this is because how he did on the tape, and they believe if I get a guy like this, we gonna make it crack.
Man, shout out to AI, bro. He got 500K, more power to him. To me, I didn't see it. I just didn't see it. Maybe I'm not looking. Y'all guys probably got better eyes than that. Y'all probably got better eyes than me when it comes to that type of stuff than I do. I don't.
Yeah,
I didn't
cause
see it for myself.
was overly glazing the wide receiver core of Travis Hunter
Over
and
glazing.
and
Over
and and
glazing.
Shador, and y'all ain't
What's
commit to the
over?
run game.
What
That's
you
why we
consider
lost
over
most of our
glazing?
games that we had because we didn't run the ball.
What? Wait a minute. What you consider over glazing?
What are you doing right now? Saying I ain't that?
No, wait a minute. I said IA ain't worth 500K for me.
See, you sound just like Stephen A. and Shannon Sharp when they said Lamar Jackson when is stealing money from the Ravens.
Well, I don't know nothing about that content. All I'm telling you is what I know about what I'm thinking, what I said about AI. I just don't think he's worth 500K to me. That's just me.
But do
If
you
he
go
get
to
it,
pay?
he get it. He get it. I'm not hating on him for getting it. I'm just saying I wouldn't have paid 500K. Just like you have the Fred Brown said he's not paying his quarterback $2 million. Some people believe that he's worth $2 million. Some people Fred Brown said he's not worth $2 million, and for some reason
Hold
the
on, let me help you out.
Colorado
Hold on.
staff don't believe that they're gonna pay him 500K.
Warren, hold on. Let me help you out, dog. Cause you saying stuff wrong, and people gonna try to go at you for saying stuff wrong. You said this quarterback. That's that wide receiver that transferred. That wide receiver is
Well, whatever it is, the wide receiver. But
you don't
yeah,
know football, man.
Dog, the wide receiver was there for 4 years and had 22 catches before Fran Brown got there. So he ain't that. That dude longest play was a screen play.
Okay. I guess my point is this. The program don't believe that AI fit their running back scheme.
It's IA, not AI.
Or they would have paid him. They would have did something to keep him if they thought he was worth what he was or what he's getting. But from my understanding is that Virginia went in and had signed him before he was even out of the program or before he even went into the portal. So there was tampering going on. So the kid got offered 500K, and before they even had a chance to do anything or negotiate anything because they was behind the scenes giving him a deal. I mean, it is what it is.
Shador talked to Legente before he left. He was on the same team.
That's true.
Everybody tampering.
Tampering is part of the process now, man.
Everybody do
Coach
it.
Prime said,
I guess
know where y'all going before y'all jump in that portal. So how you gonna know what you doing if you ain't talking to somebody?
Just like with Xavier Hill, the offensive line that just committed.
Bro,
he was already in Colorado.
So it's a lot of kids out there in the portal for no reason then.
Everybody tampering. It ain't just other teams. Coach Prime tampering too.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, Coach Prime.
I'm not even. That's not the debate. My point is, I don't think AI is worth 500K. That's why I stand on it. I mean,
all right. So what you worth?
He got to prove me wrong. That's all. He just have to prove me wrong.
But Warren, let me ask you a question though. But how can you evaluate your running backs if you're not running the ball?
There we go.
So I don't know. Listen, I'm not sure exactly what you mean by that, but apparently they've been evaluating the running back room, or else they would be going out getting them. They wouldn't have brought in Marshall Faulk. They wouldn't have brought in T-Mac, and they wouldn't be out there looking for other running backs. Apparently they're evaluating their running back room, bro.
Well, we said the same thing when we went and got Dallas Hayden from Ohio State. We said, we finna really run the ball. And what happened? We didn't run the ball.
Okay, so what do you want me to say? What are y'all saying about it then? Tell me what y'all saying about it instead of trying to find out what I'm thinking
Prime
about
don't
it.
like running the ball.
Because y'all more experts than I am, and I'm not saying that as a shot at you guys because you guys do know more football than I do. So I'm giving you credit for that. So you tell me what y'all saying about it.
Well, no. Well, let me break some stats for you. Let me help you out. See, look at this. Syracuse threw the ball more than Colorado last year, and they still had a 1,000-yard running back. And their second string running back had about 500 yards.
Okay, so how many yards did we have as a committee?
Not even over 800.
Yeah. Okay, so that tells you right there that we was relying on Shador. to get us out of any situation.
We didn't have
Shador
to
could
though.
go in and change a play at any time he want. He had that much control. It's no secret. It's no secret that he had that kind of control. So he could change the play up at any time he wanted to. It was according to we built our offense around Shador. We didn't build our offense around running back. As much as we've been saying that we want to run the ball, we
That's
want to
not being
keep teams
coachable.
honest. We want to keep team honest. We didn't do it. So now we have a choice this year. We will find out if it's all fluff or if it's now a fact that we're gonna be running the ball. We got 9. He was 9-4 last year. A lot of people, including yourself, only had them either winning 6 to 8 games. I had them winning 10-2. Y'all been hearing me talk about that
Nah,
all
you
year
said
last year.
undefeated. I
10-2.
remember you said undefeated.
I'm sorry.
And hold on, y'all. And
I remember you saying undefeated.
I had this on the screen for a long time. I mean, Airborne dropped this.
No, you remember me saying 10-2. You remember me saying undefeated.
Hey, y'all, let me address you real quick. I need to move on to this next comment. But Airborne dropped this. He said Jaden Daniels is a pass first guy, right? He a pass first quarterback. Even though he can run, he's a pass first guy. And that's all I'm saying, y'all. I know Salters can run, but I don't know if he's a pass first guy. I haven't watched enough of his live games. I tried to go watch him. I keep seeing little clips of the games. So to be able to know this, you got to see first, second, third, and fourth down to kind of see how he make his decisions.
Well,
and
we finna see in a few
I
minutes.
like the way he's doing it though. He's mixing it up to me. Salter's doing this thing.
We finna see in a few minutes what he like.
Yeah.
Salter is the biggest skill we got. I'm glad we got him. And he's gonna pass the ball because he's been doing it in practice. And he proved that he can pass that ball. And now that we got a big body wide receiver coming in that has some good stats, oh man, we finna be on and popping. And then on top of that, he can run the ball. He can option to run the ball.
And see, what I like about Salters is he brings balance to the offense. And that's all I'm trying to say. I don't want to come straight from his legs. I want the balance to come from when he giving the ball to the running back and the defense can't close down because they don't know if he's from the boot or not. But the running back are starting to, because now when the running back get carries, it take licks off Salters. Like how Shador got sacked that many times. If we'd have ran the ball more, Shador would have got sacked as many times he got sacked.
Hey, Trey Lowe, on that comment that you just pinned, Tiger, you might as well, if you saying 4 NFL receivers, you said the same thing about Ohio State. They got two going in the draft right now and 2 that's already there for next season that's going to be pro and first round as well. So if we going at that route, they was a run-heavy team as well at Ohio State.
Yeah. And that LSU team.
But we're not Ohio State. And first of all, we're not Big Ten. We're not Big 10.
But I'm going off of the pin comment. It's saying we
well,
got 4
let's talk
NFL
about the Big
receivers
12.
and
Let's talk
running the
about the
ball.
competition with the Big 12.
You not understand what he's saying.
He's not understanding. He just talking. He not understanding. Be quiet and listen, bro.
And then you want to defer to Big 10 teams. We talking about we have 4 receivers, NFL 4 receivers coming out of the Big 12.
Bro. You just talking.
You got to listen to other people, man. It is comparable because no matter the talent you have at wide receiver, you still have to have a balanced game and run the ball. So
I agree.
So I'm not sure why does it matter you saying
He said we have 4 NFL receivers run for what is that? WAT? I'm not sure.
What? He's asking why he's asking why run the ball if we have 4 NFL receivers. No matter how many NFL receivers we have, you still have to run the ball.
We had the best player on our wide receiver team.
You can't have your offensive line unless you can't have your offensive line all day just backing up, retreating. You got to have your offensive line have balance and moving, and also moving forwards and be able to beat up the defensive line as well.
A guy on the offensive line, Tyler Brown, even said he like running the ball more than pass blocking. He said that in the interview.
I agree. We need a balanced team. I agree.
Yeah,
I'm gonna leave it at that. I agree.
All right, look at all these teams that make it to the championship. You got Ohio State. They had a bunch of good wide receivers. You had Washington out there with Penix. they had a bunch of good wide receivers, but they still had a 1,000-yard rusher. You had that LSU team, they had a bunch of good wide receivers. They still in the league right now, but they still had a 1,000-yard rusher. So you can still have both, and you just got to balance it out.
Yeah.
Our team was too pass heavy. That's all we saying. Right. That's why Shedeur got so many sacks, because the defense didn't have to worry about the run. They were just going straight to Shedeur every time because they knew where the ball was going to be.
Facts. The linebackers they even had to do that. All they do is like back up or blitz him because they know he's gonna pass the ball. They know they ain't finna run that ball.
Yeah,
that's facts.
But even with Salters here, I don't want it to be our rushing game come from Salters. I want our rushing game come from our backfield, and then Salters pitch in.
I want the rushing game to come wherever it comes from, as long as we winning.
Hey man, listen. See. You're not trying to have a real conversation.
Yeah, he just talking, bro.
What you mean? I'm just talking. I'm saying it doesn't matter where the rushing game is coming as long as we winning.
Oh,
are you telling me if we rushing and we losing, it don't matter wherever the points come from. So if it means we running the ball more, fine. If it means that we throwing to the the tight end more, fine. If it means that particular game we have to air it out, fine. But however we get the wins, that's my bottom line.
So Big Tiger gave you examples of a common denominator in winning, and that is the running back running the ball. But you're still saying I don't care where it comes from. Like you're just dismissing facts of winning football.
I'm not dismissing facts. I'm not dismissing the facts. Y'all true in what you're saying. I don't care how it comes. If we win it, we wasn't supposed to listen. They had us at 6 games, bro. They had us at 6 games. We improved to 9 games, which means that we're on a trajectory of heading in the right direction. So if that's the case, and they're heading in the right direction, we don't have a Shedeur, we don't have a Travis. We're gonna have to make some adjustments. So we're gonna have to have a balanced attack where there includes running.
So you said all that. Back. You said all that, then you agree with us. Okay, all right.
I agree with you a long time ago. You just want to make it about me. That's all.
Oh,
you don't like
we don't
what I'm
want to make
saying.
it about you. Trust, believe it.
You don't care what it was.
And I'm not trying to make it about y'all. Trust and believe that, player. All I'm saying is, it don't matter how we win. It don't matter how we get the book, as long as we win it.
Now, hold on, Warren. Tell me this right here, because it's something else going on. What other channels have you been watching where you so uptight right now? What else got you uptight?
I'm not uptight at all.
He hate people calling that Coach Prime and Shedeur. That's what
everybody can feel it, Warren. You uptight. You frustrated about something. What you frustrated about?
I'm not frustrated. Why are you trying to make it?
He be watching channels that be talking about Shedeur and Coach Prime, and he just on the defensive side. That's all it is.
I'm saying you sound like Coach Hayes right now. When Coach Hayes come on my channel, he keep talking about.
No, I don't sound nothing like Coach Hayes, bro. Nothing like that. You can't put me in that bucket. Don't make the show about me, though. Let's just talk about football. How about that?
We're going to make it about you since you're on here.
No, you ain't going to make nothing about me, player.
Well,
stop that, bro. Stop that. Stop that, bro. Stop that. I ain't trying to make it about you, bro. I'm not trying to make it about you. I'm not trying to get into your personal space, bro. I respect your personal space.
And Warren, that's what I'm saying. You got some energy that you bring into the panel, dog. You ain't never been like this, bro. You know me be cool, laid back. Right now,
I am cool and laid back. Y'all taking my tone as though I'm not, but that's just me talking. We just talking. Disregard my tone. Forgive me if I've seemed that way, because that's not the way I'm trying to come. Why we brought him in? Part of his
make your point, land the plane. That was your question. So
man, let me land it like I want to land it. Why you want me to just talk the way you want me to talk, bro?
Because your plane about to run out of gas, man. I want you to land for your crash.
I got extra gas for you today. I got extra gas for you today. How about that?
You running out of
yeah, I do. Unless you're kicking me off. That's the only way.
Unless you want to be kicked off.
Okay.
Right now, Warren. We're talking to everybody right now, dog. You can't let
All right.
Right, you got to hush when people talk.
Well, man, you better shut up talking to me, player.
Hey, I got a question though. So if Salter ends up with being our leading rusher, do you think we could win the Big 12 in that fashion?
With what we got, right now with what we got right now. Nothing that's coming in. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So tell me this:
You don't
if
believe that.
Salter end up being our leading rusher,
I'm
do
gonna
you?
tell you what I believe. 11-1.
Hold on.
11-1 before the Big 12. Before the
You
Big
just
12
said 10 and
championship.
2 a few minutes
If
ago.
Salters end up being our leading rusher, does it help us get big time running backs to come to our school?
No.
They don't want to answer this.
I believe in our coaching staff to get what we need. I bet you that.
Brother.
So if a
You see,
running back look at Colorado,
we talk about ifs and maybes and all of this. I'm going back. I'm going on based on what we have right now. With what we have right now, if Salter has to be the leading rusher on our team, I believe we go 11-1.
all right, you
I'm
made that
putting it on.
also said
It's
earlier.
being
Why do
it's
you want a
recorded.
quarter? Why
You
do
can
you want a
record it, so
quarterback that run that much?
you can go back and chastise me if we don't do that.
But
Why do
Warren,
you
you
want a
also
But till
quarterback to run
then,
that
got to
much?
jump into the portal.
everything is an if.
Hold on,
Everything
bro.
is an if.
Damn,
Hold
folks.
on and hush, boy.
Come on, man. Hey,
Boy,
I also said, I ain't say, boy, what you talking about?
no, I'm not talking about you, Tiger. He know who I'm talking to,
All right,
Tiger. Not you.
let's be civil, fellas. Go ahead, Tiger. Go ahead.
All right, Warren, you said earlier, about 15 minutes ago, we're going to have to jump in the portal and get a better running back. Better running backs don't go to a school if they're not going to run the ball. So if Salters end up being our leading rusher, better running backs going to say, I ain't going there. When Shadura's there, they didn't run the ball. Salters came in, they ain't run the ball. Juju finna be there, they ain't going to run the ball.
So Tiger, all I'm saying is this. All of it is speculative because we haven't even played the game yet. So we don't know if Salter's gonna be that one to run the ball all the time. Now, here's what I'm saying to you. Yes, we do need running backs to come in and take the load off our offensive line. I agree
Pause.
with all of that. I'm not saying you guys know that I agree with all that. All I'm saying, if in case that we deviate from what we said we was going to do this year. If Salter's the one that has to end up being that that one that's with more yards running the ball than our running backs, but we get to where we're going, I'm good with it. Now, what they do after the fact, whether they could get running backs coming in or not, I don't know. That's something for us to look at as the season go on. But right now, as it looks, the way things are, what we have on paper, I'm saying that we will make it to the championship.
All right. And I'm gonna throw
He's
this
so
in
delusional.
at you just for y'all Colorado fans that's heavily rooted with just doing however Coach Prime want to do it. Yeah, I remember Peyton Manning when he came into the league and he was the best passer and this, that, and that, all that kind of stuff. Peyton Manning caught hell winning the championship. He finally won doing it his way, but he had two running backs that came of age. And remember, they had Marshall Faulk. They traded him away when they got Peyton Manning. So they went away from the run, and then they didn't win the championship until they got two running backs that could run the ball. When Peyton Manning went to Denver, he was not the same Peyton Manning. They had to rely on the run and the defense, and they won another Super Bowl. So being an elite passer don't necessarily mean you're going to win a championship. You got to have an element of defense and controlling the clock with your run to win games.
I mean, look at the Eagles.
So,
They had to rely on their defensive line and Saquon Barkley to
so,
get them over that
For
threshold and win
sure.
the Super Bowl.
For
so
sure.
you
For
just
sure.
mentioned, y'all just mentioned a crucial element. I think our defense
It's not
is
crucial as
good enough.
football.
Is good enough. I think our defense is good enough to keep teams from scoring a whole lot of points, which gives us that's an additional element that I'm including into why I say what I said. It's not just going to be relying on our offense the whole way like we did last year. And defense balled out last year, so I'm expecting them to ball out this year. And if I'm hoping that we get two good running backs that we can definitely be well-rounded and be more versatile in our running. You got Cam Michael that you could put back there in the backfield. So if I got Cam Michael, mixing them up in the backfield every now and then I have I have Sincere Brown on one side with Joe Williams on one side, on the same side, and then I put Marion Miller on the other side, and then I got Salter back there that can also run it, and he can also give it to Cam that can get out and get some yardage for you. It's
I'm going to give it to everybody but the running back. God damn!
I just said if we give it to Cam, you just missed it. I said if we give it to Cam Michael that can get
Cam
you
is
some
not our running
yards.
back.
Okay, but you put him back there as a running back. What's the difference?
You put Cam Michael in the backfield to run. You put Cam Michael in the backfield to run the ball. Unless you know you're not serious about running.
Okay, all right. Y'all got it.
Man, look, we can have plays in which we do that, but
that's what I was saying.
Long term.
That's all I was saying.
But we're talking about the standards that we need a running
the
back there.
The traditional way. I get it.
Yeah. So I mean, you just can't get away from it. It's just a standard for winning football.
Tell me the
okay.
My laptop. But
I'll
how
go
you
with that.
The McCoy situation by him leaving and getting a bigger bag? What is that a good thing or is that a bad thing? Is that betrayal? Because the whole thing what Coach Prime was saying when he left Jackson is about elevating, right? So he came through the program, he contributed. Now he finna elevate and make more money. So how y'all feel about that?
Well, Coach
I don't
Prime
think anybody complaining about it.
Coach Prime wasn't playing his players. I mean, he wasn't paying them the amount that they want. So I mean,
was it about money though? Because McCoy had OSU as his top initially, right? I thought maybe
you got to think about this, Boosie. Why would you want? I mean, yeah, you want to go back home or whatever. Yeah, you can say that, but look what we did to them last year. Why would you want to go there and they suck? You have Warren Sapp in your room that can potentially make you elevate as a player. Why would you want to go to OSU?
But no. I mean, you can ask like, why would players come play for Coach Prime when they went 4-8? You know what I'm saying? Okay. That year, but some players look at the trajectory and say, what can I contribute to turn this program around? So I'm not gonna put that on him.
But he was in a because Sam Okolala is injured, Keaton Wade is injured, so you have Tajay McCoy that's probably in potential of starting.
Actually, I'm hurt that he gone. I'm hurt. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm hurt.
So that means he go to OSU and he got to start all over and rework his name to get in a potential starter.
Yeah. No, I feel you. I don't know. I don't know what's in the what's going on behind closed doors. I mean, we know that. We know Colorado ain't gonna be everybody's cup of tea. It is what it is. We'll see. I am hurt, man. It's a big loss. I said Colorado is worse, which they are. No Travis Noe should do it worse. Damn, Kaidon, that's how you feel?
They'll be more complete as a team than worse. I don't know what he talking about. You got a quarterback.
So I had to switch up on my computer now, so I got more.
You got a quarterback that will take checkdowns. You got a quarterback that will not take as much sacks as Shador. You'll look all around the field, including tight ends. You can see that we're going to use tight ends because we're getting tight ends from the portal.
They said,
what you mean with all the background noise, man? Come on, man.
Well, you be doing stuff in the background. You be talking to folks. I hear you going in and out.
Bag of chips.
No, Tiger.
I'm like, how much that bag of rice right now? Let me get two of them. What y'all doing over there?
Tiger, I be at work, man. So I work in a pharmacy, so I be having different things going on, and I be trying to do the show too. So it just be different things going on, but I'm off though. So
yeah. But I'm saying when you got other stuff going on, like with Big Hurt, I had to mute Big Hurt. He ride around talking to folks in the drive-through window. Like if you know you're doing something, you gotta mute it, then unmute it when you get back.
Hey, y'all funny, man.